Just come back from making Mother a cup of tea. She said, Graham, you mean the world to me. I said, you mean the world to me too. She said, that's all right then. I said, what's brought all this on? She said, nothing. Tea looks a bit strong. Open the curtains. I knew exactly what brought this on. She said, I would like you to think you're not my number one. And I said, what, you're my number one? Give me your teeth, I'll give them a swill. It all started yesterday. We had a bit of excitement. We bumped into a bit of Mother's past. I said to her, I didn't think you had a past. I thought I was your past. She said, you? I said, we go back a long way. I said, how does he fit in vis-a-vis with Dad? She said, oh, he's pre-Dad. I said, pre-Dad? How would you even remember? You don't remember turning your electric blanket off. She said, it's different. His name's Turnbull. I said, yes, I know. He said. I'd parked her by the memorial. She'd sat in her usual seat. I'd gone off to get some reading matter. I then had to wait when she spent a penny. She always likes to use the disabled toilets. Not that she's disabled. She's got a bit of a bad memory, but not disabled. Just says she prefers to use their toilets. Extra elbow room. She always takes her time, faffing about cleaning her hands and whatnot. A little bit longer this time. When she comes back, she says she's been talking to the attendant. I said, what about? She said, hanging. Apparently she was all for stricter penalties for minor offences. She thought, well, you and I, Graham, we know better. She said, I wish you were there, love. You could have given us some statistics. Anyway, where are we going off to get our tea? The thing is about with Mum, she didn't have a very good education. She's picked up quite a lot from me. And she can hold herself in a conversation. She can talk about the environment and immigration. She even gets now to read The Guardian herself. Has a bit of a mind of her own. Dr. Chandri had said to me, the best way to stop a breakage of a hip is to have a flexible mind. He said, well done, Graham. They go fast around the memorial. So when we cross the road, I always put my arm through hers. And I keep hold of it until we get to the pavement. Sometimes she will postpone letting go. Because on one occasion, we got confronted by a questionnaire woman. She actually thought we were husband and wife. I tell you, Mother's got white hair. Anyway, I didn't wrench my arm out that much. The next thing I know, Mother's flat out on the pavement. Oh my God, I say, Mother. The crowd gathered. I picked up her handbag. She sat up. She said, I think I've landed my stockings. I said, well, what about your stockings? What about your pelvis? She says, these bloody bifocals. They tell you not to look down. I was trying to avoid some sick. Anyways, all of a sudden someone speaks out. They think, I know that voice, they say. It's this little fella, green trilby, short raincoat, I'll be hovering over Mother. He says, hello, do you remember me? Well, I know. Mother doesn't remember anyone. I've got that for record. Remember I talked to her about Joy Buckle. I said, you know Joy. She does the flowers in fabric and felt at the day centre. She says, oh, I don't remember her. I said, yes, you do. You knitted her a tea cosy. Mother's good at tea cozies and bed socks. A little bit outdated. I did say, if you can do tea cozies, you could do a ski hat. Be more up to date. She said, oh, I'll try. I still have to look over her though. Otherwise these ski hats are going to have tea spouts coming out of them. Anyway, I said, you do remember Joy, because you commented on how funny her eyebrows were. She said, oh, you didn't tell her. I went, of course I didn't tell her. Anyway, I know she doesn't remember people. So I say, come on, Mum. You've been on the floor, it's cold, you get piles, let me get you up. You won't remember. She goes, I remember you. That's Frank Turnbull. Must be 50 years. He turns around and says, no, it's 52. Foley, 1935. She goes, that's right. At the Seahorse Hotel. He says, yeah, no sand in the bedrooms. And then they both laugh. I said, come on, Mum, I'll get you up. He then butts in. Shouldn't actually move someone before you've actually seen if they've got any broken bones. I was in the St John's Ambulance Brigade. And then Mother pipes in and says, oh yes, used to practice your bandaging on me. And then they both laugh again. Anyway, I get my arms around her waist. His lordship won't help. Says he's got a bad back. I get her up to the perpendicular. I see he's got yellow gloves on. I wonder if he's a bookie. Apparently, he works in Gentlemen's Outfitters. Well, semi-retired from Bradford. He takes a bit of control. He says, Vera, I think this needs a strong cup of coffee. I said, well, actually, we were going for a cup of tea, weren't we, Mother? Vera. No one's ever called her Vera. My dad never even called her Vera. Well, there was that once. He called out her name whilst he was going down to the operating theatre. Vera. Anyway, he puts his arm through hers. She turns around, looks over at me and says, careful, don't upset my boyfriend. I say nothing.